Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you, delivered at the perfect time in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe, through the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you, leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning that if you're watching it right now, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been some time since I've posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That may give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we do have the Fool. Okay, so it's the Fool starting out on a journey. The Fool is representing someone who is finished one cycle and ready to move on to a new cycle. In the tarot, there are 21 cards in the major arcana, or 22, sorry. There's the 0 card up to 21. And so the journey is, or the Fool begins his journey at the 0 point and goes through all 21 cards. And when he comes to the end, which is the World card, then he's completed that journey and achieved everything he can from that situation or timing. However long it takes him, that's how long it takes him. Every journey is different. And so one Fool could have, or one person could have like several Fool journeys, and others could have just one or two. It just depends. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands coming in. So the Queen of Wands is representing someone who is sitting on her throne. There's 4 queens in the tarot. She is one of the 4, and she represents, like, she's very sexy. She's got a natural beauty. She has a sunny disposition, which is represented by the sunflower here. So she follows the sun. she does her best to stay on her path. This veil in the background. Okay, honey. My cat, Stella, is here to do her part of, you're late for work. She's here because it's her job to purr and raise the vibration. She already has happy feet, and the purr is starting. You may not hear it because I'm using a noise canceling mic, but it's very good energy. Yeah, you're a good girl. All right, back to the reading, Stella. All right, we have the Queen. This veil represents the thin veil between the spiritual world and the physical realm. She has this wand here. This is made of wood. It represents a tree. So it represents the deep roots of the ancestors, as well as the offshoots, like for the branches of the descendants. And she has this little black cat. Some people won't have a black cat because they're suspicious, but she doesn't believe in shift like that. She understands that there's problems around, but what she does is she combines her logic and her intuition to find creative solutions for her problems. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. So she apparently has a pretty good amount of money here. There's only 10 Pentacles in the tarot. So 9 is, you're almost there. This also, if you've ever heard of Nikola Tesla, who said, if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. This sort of represents that energy, I feel. It's the ratio, to keep the ratio. So she always has her hand on like the 6 pentacles. And then the 3 behind her are pentacles that she uses maybe to give to charity, or in more risky ventures to invest in, or maybe a family member needs help, some sort of energy like that. But she knows that she has to keep enough for herself to be able to continue to earn the money so that she can invest in others. Basically, this is also a card about your environment. It's about being grateful for what you have and being generous when you can be, kind of energy. So the falcon represents having the foresight to understand, like the discernment, to probably learned through some hard lessons of how much time and energy to invest in situations, in people, and what is her expectation, or what does she anticipate receiving in return, so that it's an even exchange of energy. And then we have the reconciliation. So this card came up in the reading before this. The other cards are different totally, but this is talking about this energy, I guess, it's been coming in a little bit. It's a bit nostalgic, where type of energy. It's talking about, there's 6 cups here, and this is talking about reconciling with someone. So reconciliation kind of has the energy around it of being like having to forgive someone or forgive yourself so that you're able to reconcile. And so the first step of reconciliation is for forgiveness. And the other thing is, this could just be represent a reunion. You might be going back to visit family and you haven't seen them in a while, people that you haven't seen since your childhood. Or it can represent bumping into someone from your past, someone that you grew up with, that you just went to school with. It can also represent returning, like that reconciliation part where you forgive someone and you decide, okay, I'm going to give you another chance, kind of energy. The thing is about this card that you have to be careful is that the 6 of Cups, it has a lot of illusions in it. We have the 6 cups here, and the 6 cups have these pretty white flowers in them. And this is actually a flower from the nightshade family. It's Datra, and it is very poisonous. And so it looks like these children are playing with these flowers, and the white flowers in tarot represent innocence. But these flowers are very poisonous, so you wouldn't let children play with them. And then you realize, well, those aren't children. That's a gnome and a little woman. But the thing that's interesting is the little woman, you can't tell, is she young or is she old? It depends on which way you look at her face. And she's got a white mitt on, and that white mitt actually represents that she doesn't want to get her hands dirty. So it's a dirty deal instead of, it's not what it appears to be. And this person in the background that looked like at first glance, hey, don't worry, the children are being looked at, someone's watching over them, but he's actually walking away down the path. So sometimes Datra is used by shamans to produce visions. It's a dangerous undertaking if you don't know what you're doing, because it's highly poisonous. And so that's the energy of this card. It's kind of like, be careful if you are going back into your past or taking someone from the past that you couldn't trust back then. People have a tendency to show you who they are the first time. Having said that, if you haven't seen someone since you were in elementary school and you bump into them, that's kind of different story. People grow up, right? And then we have the happy card in the deck. That's the sun coming in. So as I said, this is right up the Queen of Wands, Ellie, because she follows the sun. And so this is saying that that this is your destined path. So maybe you are supposed to be meeting someone from your past, because here you are on a pony and you're carrying this heavy banner. And notice how carefree, not a fear in the world, and being able to ride this little pony without reins or a saddle or anything like that. This is talking about following your destined path with the sun, and that this child is carrying this heavy banner, showing that he's totally capable of carrying it because this was his destined path. And then we have the Page of Wands coming in. So the Page of Wands represents, the pages first and foremost represent the energy of communication coming in. Because in the old days, the pages would work for the king and the queen and the rest of the court, and they would deliver messages within the palace walls back and forth and run small tasks or whatever. And each of them represents, there's 4 in the deck, and they each represent an element. So the Page of Wands is very focused on the element of fire. That's what he is. He's admiring his wand. It's made of wood, and we already explained the ancestors and descendants. But this card is think of someone under the age of 21 who is very enthusiastic about life, a young man that's, really has a lot of passion, and he really loves his wand. So sometimes the energy that he brings in, you have to know that he quite often thinks with his little head instead of his big head. He's passionate, and he's always looking for new, and he wants new adventures. And that could even be in matters of love at this time. He's playing the field, basically. So this can represent some sort of energy coming in from and in the old days it would be handed in person. Now this could be in person. You might have bumped into someone and you haven't seen them since you were teenagers, and you hit it off and maybe he's asking you out on a date or she's asking you out on a date. Remember, the characters in tarot are actually archetypes. So the queen could actually be a female in her feminine energy as well as a male in his feminine energy. Same with the Page of Wands. This could be a female in her masculine energy as well as a male in his masculine energy. So this could be a phone call, a text message. It could be a post on social media or contact through social media, something you see on the news regarding someone that you haven't seen for years, that kind of energy. Could be a letter in the mail. We have regret. Okay, so this is talking about regret over, if you've ever heard the saying, crying over spilt milk, there's 3 cups here, and actually in this case it's wine, because these two have wine in them, and this one has some other liquid in it. And so there's 3 cups here that have spilt, and there's no recovering this. It's a loss. You're not going to be able to suck the wine out of the ground. That's the kind of energy. And so this person is standing in regret of what they've lost here. And, you could stand there all day. You could stand there all week. You could stand there all month. You could be there for the rest of your life. And sometimes that's how some people are. They just can't let go of some loss that they've undertaken. And so this is talking about 2 cups standing. And what this person needs to do is turn around and notice, hey, there's still 2 cups standing. I know you've lost a lot, but it's time to pick up these 2 cups, walk down the path, cross the bridge over troubled waters to your castle. Yes, your castle is half standing and half dilapidated, because that's representing the energy of, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? Are you going to see the bright side of life, or are you going to see the gloomy side? And, we all have times we need to navigate through life, and we need to honor our emotions, but we also can do it quickly and get on with it. So there was something to do with the lover here. Interesting. So it feels like this energy has there was some sort of reconciliation with someone that you've known since your childhood. You were destined to run into this person again for some reason. You may have dated him in the past. It might have been when you were really young, because the card of lovers is coming up. But when this card comes up, it quite often means there's some sort of a spiritual connection. We've got the sun, which represents God, raining down, bringing this information in. This can this cloud in between the 2 people can represent some sort of energy that wasn't cleared up. Or it can say, you didn't know each other that well back then. Maybe you just went on one date and it didn't work out, and that was the end of it. It wasn't a real relationship, but it was someone that you were attracted to, and they were attracted to you, and you were destined to meet them because the sun is shining here and here. So this is the happiest card in the deck. When this card comes out, it shines its light on everything. And remember, the first card that came out is the Fool, who's on a new journey. So you may have just bumped into this person, but you know them from the past, I feel. Not necessarily but you could be, maybe you've always thought about them or something like that. Or this could represent that you've just come out of a very disappointing situation, and now you've bumped into this person and you've been healing, and now because you're on this new journey of, okay, I'm ready to date again kind of energy. And then, yes, okay, there's definitely disappointment in love. And basically it's sitting on the lovers and the 3 cups spilt. And this is saying, right here, it's saying, okay, that God and universe are handing you a cup of love, but you're like, this person's sitting under the tree and they're like, I'm disappointed. They're still in this energy here. Now, this could be about this person, or it could be about another person that you still haven't totally recovered from. And so you're not open to it. You might run into a new person that you haven't seen for years, or that you dated way back when. It could be, there's several scenarios here. But the energy is saying, like, there's 3 cups here, so it could have been this, as I said, this energy is a bit of a player until they grow up and mature kind of energy. So this could be someone that you met, and when they were a player and it didn't work out. And so now This represents, the 3 cups represents, and them being spilt represents maybe you thought you were a couple, but he or she was playing the field still. And you found out, and then it was very disappointing for you. This can also represent someone that you have given 3 chances already, and they want to have another chance with you, and you're saying, no way, 3 strikes, you're out. That kind of energy. Or it can represent 3 different, relationships. Something, you dated and you got into relationships and they didn't work out, and God's saying, okay, try one more. And you're like, no, I can't handle being vulnerable like that again. I don't want to go through this again. But we have to decide, are you going to get up, and are you just going to say for the rest of life, I'm not ever going to love again? Well, and some people say that, I'm never going to love again, and they don't. But it's kind of sad, isn't it? So it's time to open your heart. That's what this energy is talking about here. The Queen of Swords is coming in. So it's saying that maybe, after bumping into this person, you've considered, maybe I will open my heart up again, and I'll just be very careful about it. Take it slow kind of energy. Look at how the Queen, she's got her left hand open and reaching out. So she's saying, maybe I will go on a new, I'll open my heart up and to this person and see if love comes in, if it works out. Having said that, she's learned a lot, and she's been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. So if you're going to come into her, you need to be coming in straight. Like, this has got to be like, okay, you are 100% presenting yourself as you are, or off with your head. She's got her in her right hand, she's got her sword, and it's ready. Okay, you can come in and you can talk to me, and I might consider going on a date with you, and I might consider, having you in my life. Having said that, I have clarity now. My head's not in the clouds. I know about, I know the signs of someone who's cheating or lying or that kind of energy. And if that's the kind of energy you're coming in to me with, you need to just, not even bother. Just turn around and walk the other way, because she's not going to put up with any bullshit. She's done with bullshit. And there's a passion for new discovery there. So apparently you warmed her heart, or his heart. Remember, this could be a male or a female in their feminine energy, saying that they're open their heart, they're vulnerable, and decided to take God's advice. The universe has sent this person, go for it. But what it's saying is, use your discernment and get to know someone before you make heavy commitments with them, or think, you don't need to go on a date looking for I want to, and you're on the date and you're like, giving, it's almost like an interview rather than a date, because you're checking, do they check all the boxes? Are they marriage material? That kind of energy. It's very not the way to go. It usually doesn't work out that well. So we're talking about the underlying energy of someone who is on a new journey. This is someone who is very sexy and natural, and that could be you. And you met someone, and it's possibly someone that you already know. You're set up in life, like you have the Nine of Pentacles. That doesn't just represent money. You could have all the money in the world but not have the lifestyle you're living. And I feel like that's what this is saying. The one thing that's missing is this love. And there's a lot of regret about that. You may be in a position where you really miss having that connection with someone, but you've been badly hurt, and you just aren't willing to go back to putting yourself in that vulnerable position. And you're afraid that you're going to get caught up with another player or something and get hurt again. But God is telling you, look, you deserve love. You have to make yourself vulnerable. Open your heart up and allow it to come in. Just be very discerning. Take it slow. Get to know this person slowly. Be their friend first. That's the kind of energy. Communicate. Everybody can recover from disappointment. You don't want to be like, you'd rather be better than bitter. That's the energy. And so then there is a passion that comes over you, and you're like, oh, okay, I can actually do this. So I'm going to clarify this with my oracle cards, just to see if we can get a little bit more clarity for you. And if you're enjoying this reading, please do give it a like and comment, as it really does empower me to build my channel. I'm going to use Tales from the Vector, my oracle that I'm working on. I've been working on this oracle since 2007, just tuning in while I talk here. Shuffling the cards, getting ready. Oh, but I'm shuffling the wrong deck. That's what it is. Okay. I was like, something's not right here. I apologize. I've had a very busy day. Really busy. A lot of unexpected problems, just small ones, but enough of them that it took up a lot of my time today. A lot of my time and energy, and I wasn't expecting it. Imagine that. Anyway, okay, so I've been working on this since 2007. I'm an artist, so I completed all the paintings in 2020. This oracle is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. That's TAILS. In the gallery, I have all the paintings and the number of each painting listed. So these cards, okay, this is what wants to come out of the deck here. So we're ready to go. But I'm going to put the cards in the order they appear here in the description box below. And then if you feel like you want to see the paintings and get a little bit more information, you can go ahead and do that after. So this is saying that this person is on a foolhardy. This is a foolhardy journey. So this is the happy. God is saying you deserve to be happy. This is in alignment with your path. Go for it. Just take it slow. That's the energy. And then we have, you are a star. And it's about that innocence too. So a lot of times people confuse innocence with naivety. Naivety is when you saw the signs that this person was a player to begin with, but basically got in bed with them anyway. That's the kind of energy. It's being said like that. And this is saying, take it slower now. It's good to be innocent like a child. And the other thing is, some people mistake kindness for naivety, and then they'll abuse it. And so that may have been the case here. So you can choose to be childlike and innocent in your approach with people without being naive. We have surrender. So this is this energy of the Queen of Swords. She's using her intuition as well as her logic. This is a double-edged sword. And it's saying like she went to, she has prayed and meditated and to heal from this energy here. Well set up in every way, except she has lots of money. She has like time on her hands now, and she is one, but she's missing that cup of love. So she's surrendered that and asked God for help. And and she is a little bit cold still. It's cold in here. There must be something in the atmosphere. And sometimes that can be your relatives from the other side, because the Queen of Wands is very intuitive. And they've been saying, come on, get up. Don't quit. You need to get your butt out there and complete your life and surrender it to God. And God will send you someone that's worthy of you, that you're worthy of also. So it's a fair exchange of energy. So sometimes the need to be right is a karmic space that we can all fall into, where it's kind of like, no, I know I'm right. Love is bad. But like, how is that going to do you good? So it's like, do you need to be right to be happy? Sometimes you have to say, you know what? There's some things I could have done differently too. And maybe this is an opportunity to forgive. And it doesn't mean you have to reconcile, but it does mean that it's going to release the energy for you so that you can be vulnerable again and open your heart up to the possibilities of love. This takes a lot of courage. There's no doubt about it. This is the solar plexus. That's the chakra energy. Sometimes when we are really concerned or worried, we have a tendency to hold our breath. And this is saying, make sure you breathe. And it's also suggesting that maybe going inward and doing some meditation so you can really realize, okay, what is it that you want in life, in love, and be clear about it within yourself so that you're clear. And so that when you meet this new person, you'll know right away that you're attracted or not. having said that, how much do you have in common? And get to know them, before you make judgments, basically. We have the Chariot. So this is, I feel like it may have been quite some time since you've been in a relationship, because this was, whatever happened here was very painful for you. And so, and it's made you kind of cold, that energy. The Queen of Swords is kind of, her energy is like, I'm kind of cold, People will say, oh, she's pretty cold, But she used to be like this, but something happened to cause her to not trust anymore. And most of them, it can be when you can't trust your own judgment about someone that you let in to be a lover, then it can really, knock your confidence down a bit. And so we have the energy of the world. This is funny. So it's just saying this energy is over. It's a whole new world. You're on a new journey. The happiest card in the deck is shining light on all of this. God is also shining light on this person. So it's someone that's been cleared from above. So that should empower you to make your decision. All right, this is a cool reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really did. Please give it a like and comment if you have, and consider subscribing to my channel if you resonate. It would be my honor if you did so. I will be back with another random shift reading at some random time. Bye for now.